Welcome back to Listen to the Eagle. We've got the hot subject of deer farming going on, and we've got a deer farmer on the line. And Tommy and Paulette, you just asked a great question. I'd like for you to ask it again because it's the question.
I got half-timers. What was my question?
Your question was, Tommy made the statement that there's a huge educational curve that we have to get here because we've got some hunters in the state of Mississippi that just are against it because they feel like they're going to lose something.
Okay.
Why? What are they going to lose? And Tommy, can you kind of address that? What's their feeling? Why are they so passionate about they're going to lose something in deer farming?
Well, I really don't know, Bert. Unless it boils down to maybe the haves against the have-nots, and that they perceive this as a rich man's endeavor. And really, the deer breeding is just the opposite. This is an opportunity for a guy that's got 4 or 5 acres that can get into this business and make substantial amounts of money, and really, hopefully in the future, be able to, increase the look of the average buck that he has on his plate through releasing better genetics.
Well, Tommy, last week, Brent from Meridian, Mississippi, left this message on our machine, and we didn't get to it, but it's a statement that I really don't understand. And he said, when you start putting up fences and start charging owners to hunt, you will put the poor man out. And he cannot even hunt his own land.
That ain't true.
That's not true, is it?
No, there's a huge misconception there. I really don't know. Even if we operate on the level of Louisiana that's been doing this for 20 years, I think they figure the amount of land that's enclosed and high fence is 0.1% of acreage. Mississippi's got 1,800,000 acres plus of wildlife management areas and the national forest to hunt. The areas that are under high fence are already under high fence. We don't perceive a whole lot of new fences going up.
Well, if it is a lot of new, it won't take up but 1/10 of the percent of the land anyway. 1/10 of 1%.
Oh no, and that'll be private land. See, these high fence enclosures that we have now are using deer that they trapped essentially when they built the enclosure. Those genetics are kind of landlocked, and there's really no way.
Oh wait! Whoa! Wait a minute! Can you do that? Can I? The state's deer? Can I fence them in?
Well, they got a permit for this enclosure, and they're inspected, and they meet certain requirements. When they fenced it in, there was the herd that was there. But over the years, you've taken some out. They reproduced. You could have inbreeding.
So you're fencing deer out too.
You're fencing deer out.
Well, I guess
fencing deer in. So.
Well, Tommy, I use this. I want to, I jump back and forth and do pros and cons, but I used this with Woody last week on duck hunting. I was fortunate enough to go duck hunting. It was a great experience. Did it kind of on the upper end. We had blinds, we had gators, and we went out there and had championship dogs and a championship caller. But guess what? I got the bug. I'm going to go duck hunting any way I can. My point is, what if you took that first hunt into one of these enclosures and they got the bug, and then they became an avid outdoorsman and a deer hunter for the rest of their life?